All right, we here to break down what happened in Week 10 of high school football. But first off, let's break down the top 25 real quick. Number one, we got Allen. It's not a surprise. Still a dominant team. Mater Day is at number two. In my opinion, they the best team in the country. Number three, we got Colerain out of Cincinnati. Their only loss is to St. Francis. Number four, we got St. Francis. I still think they should be ahead of Colerain since they got similar records and St. Francis has the win over them. Same thing with Miramar. I think Miramar should be over St. Francis since they got similar records and Miramar beat St. Francis. But anyways, Miramar's number five. Cedar Hill is number six, even though they got three losses. St. Thomas Aquinas is number seven. They got two losses. Miami Northwestern number eight, one loss. Steele, they dropped down. They were number five, took that L to Cedar Hill. So they number nine now. Number 10, DeSoto took that L to Katy last week in overtime. Hey, 7-1 though. Long Beach Poly at number 11, 7-2. Clay Chalkville, Alabama at 6-2. Coppell, Texas football team, a 6-2 at number 13. Number 14 is Neville out of Monroe, Louisiana. Number 15, South Panola out of Mississippi. Number 15. Number 16, Spanish Fort, Alabama. 17, Archbishop Rummel out of Louisiana. St. Xavier, they were unranked last week, 6-2 now. They had a good win over Wayne. Hey, they're number 18 right now. Wayne number 19, 5-3. DeMatha's number 20. Yeah, they looking good so far, 6-1. Mission Viejo went from number 7 to number 21 after taking that L to De La Salle. They 4-3 now. Number 22, John Curtis. John Curtis, they was 15 last week, 22 this week. They took that L to Prattville. And Thompson, they were unranked last week, 4-4 this week. And number 23, Duncanville, unranked last week. They 5-3 now, 24. Bixby, it was 25 last week. They 25 this week. Didn't do nothing to make a big difference. And now let's break down the action in the top 25. You know what I'm saying? DeMatha blew out Bishop Sycamore. It wasn't even close. Cato Hendricks had a big day. St. Francis LaSalle, this is up on the channel because of Andrew Rice. But yeah, very good game. St. Francis, great stop at the end to win the game. De La Salle, big time upset over Mission Viejo. Nobody was expecting this. 29-25. Coppell, they beat Trinity out of Louisville 35-21. Thompson, they number 23 right now, and they beat Cathedral out of Indianapolis 34-24. Miami Northwestern spanked Edna Carr out of Louisiana 45-17. Cedar Hill beat Steele 43-35. That was an upset. Duncanville beats West. They smacked Westlake 42-7. That's kind of what we expected. St. Xavier beat Wayne 31-17. Prattville beats John Curtis Christian 26-25. Clay Chalkville, they beat Newman 31-24. Long Beach Poly beats Folsom 38-24. Mater Day smacks around Memphis University School 56-17. South Panola smacks Innsworth 34-6. Allen smacks Lake Travis 35-28. Colerain, just got by Bixby 31-29. St. Thomas Aquinas, they put up a 50 burger on Booker T. Hey, that's embarrassing. I ain't gonna hold you. KD beats DeSoto 35-28 in overtime. Rummel beats Hoover 43-37. Neville beats Spanish Fort 41-20. Yeah, and that was pretty much the end of the top 25 and all the games that happened this week. All the important games. We ain't gonna talk about the teams that's not in the top 25. And now let's look at the passing leaders. This is sorted by quarterback rating. But at number one, it's obviously going to be the best quarterback in the country, Christian Ware. 2,700 yards, 30 touchdowns, 7 picks. He just been balling out. Ryan Taylor, he's still hurt. We already covered him earlier. 14 touchdowns, 3 picks. Ben Sims from DeMatha, stepping his game up so far lately with the emergence of Cato Hendricks. 1,800 yards, 21 touchdowns, 6 picks. Amir Humphrey out of Gonzaga, 1,800 yards, 17 touchdowns, 1 pick. Noah Austin, Miami Central, 9 touchdowns, no picks. Doug Cruz, 2,000 passing yards, 26 touchdowns, 3 picks. Albert Bowie out of Pickerington Central, 27 touchdowns, 6 picks, 2,000 yards. Dakota Hicks, hey, this kid is a freshman, but he's just been playing just a little bit so far. But hey, he been balling out. I'm not gonna lie to you. 437 yards, 6 touchdowns, no picks, bro. That's crazy. But yeah, just keep an eye out on him. He's a freshman, but just watch out for him in the future. Hey, he might be something. Anthony Carlton, yeah, he's hurt, so that's the reason why Dakota Hicks got his shot. But yeah, Anthony Carlton, 2,300 yards, 26 touchdowns, 8 picks. Justin Wilson, 12 touchdowns, 2 picks, 1,000 yards. See Josh Davis from Allen, Jason Barclay. You see all these other dudes is putting up good numbers so far. Yeah, that's pretty much just gonna do it for all the passers. Warren Jones, really like his potential. He's class of 3021. And now let's look at the rushing leaders. This is the first time in a while that Andy Rivera did not lead in rushing in the country. He still leads in yards per carry, but look, he's second right now. Chauncey Sanders from Neville, 1,100 yards, 6.5 yards per carry, 9 touchdowns. Andy Rivera, 1,100 yards, 6.9 yards per carry, 11 touchdowns. Jake Turner from Grayson, 1,000 yards, 6.7 yards per carry, 5 touchdowns. Lamar Harper from Long Beach Poly, 1,000 yards, 6.3 yards per carry, 9 touchdowns. Aaron Lee from Gonzaga, 1,000 yards, 7.1 yards per carry, 11 touchdowns. James Daly, Edna Carr in Louisiana, 1,000 yards, 5.9 yards per carry, 9 touchdowns. Brian Hawkins from Thompson, Alabama, 1,000 yards, damn near 8 yards per carry with 7 touchdowns. That's crazy. Bernard Johnson, Damascus in Maryland, 988 yards, 5.9 yards per carry, 9 touchdowns. Abdul Adams from Coppell, 983, 6.2 yards per carry, 10 touchdowns. Damon Brown, Bellevue West, 963, 5.9 yards per carry, 6 touchdowns. Antoine Sanders, Zach Allen. You see all these other dudes is doing what they supposed to do. All these dudes is, it's a lot of guys that's probably going to hit 1,000 yards this year. Still leading the country in receiving, Lawrence Simmons, 19 yards per catch, 16 touchdowns, 1,100 yards. I wonder where he going to go for college. I'm very, 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 very curious to see what he going to do. Aaron Collins, second, 991, 5-star recruit. 15 touchdowns is kind of crazy. Warren Moore is 956 yards, 17 yards per catch, 9 touchdowns. Danny Brown out of Georgia, 918 yards, 17 yards per catch, 8 touchdowns. Dan Young, 885 yards, 7 touchdowns. Bernard Williams, you see a lot of these guys doing what they supposed to do. If you want to be included as a character in the Reason Sports Network universe, then this is the video for you. In the Reason Sports Network, we make content for high school football, college football, and the NFL. You can be a character in our series and see yourself evolve from high school to college to the pros. If you want to be a part of this, then fill out the form that's in the description. When you fill out the form, make sure to choose only one level of football. Choose either high school, college, or the NFL. If you choose multiple levels of football, then I will select the smaller level. For instance, if you choose a high school and a college team, then you will start your career in high school. If you choose a college and an NFL team, then you'll start your career in college. If you start your career in the NFL, then you'll start off as an undrafted free agent. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for filling out the form and wanting to be part of the Reason Sports Network, and enjoy the content.